Hello, good morning. So today I wanted to make a quick video with a small art haul. I bought several of items and I wanted to share it with you, to walk you through, test some of the stuff and explain why I use some of them. What we will test in this video: Derwent set of the shade and tone colors. I was very curious, I wanted to buy it. Then I have two sketchbooks. That's the same sketchbook, I just took two different sizes. That's because first I took a small one because I finished with the other art haul when I tested. So I decided to take a new one because it's very handy when I'm traveling. I think it's enough for me when I travel. First I traveled with the bigger one and it's definitely much more heavy, so I will use it for other things. I decided to use it for a project, for a course that I'm making that is about pattern design, and I thought I make a lot of studies, a lot of sketches, and then they're all loose sheets of paper, and I thought I should do it in one place. So not always it is possible, but I think most of the things that you work on a singular project, most of the things you actually can do in a sketchbook, and I think it's a very practical and good tip. Let me show you what I'm telling about. For example, this is sketchbook like 3 or 4 years ago that I did for a book that I was working on, the book that I published. That was published, a year ago. So that was the first, for the time that I'm making this video, the only one that I make drawings for. So before I found specific technique for the book, I did a lot of studies. Since I use mixed media technique, I was searching first for the style, but also how I wanted to paint atmospheres. This book was quite sad about winter landscapes. It was set in the wintry landscapes. There were also human characters, so I decided to make studies both of different things, of characters, of techniques, of the atmosphere. I was searching for my visual language that I wanted to use for the book. So that's more or less a long story short, because I also have tons and tons of different drawings that I made for this book outside of the sketchbook. But as I said, it's a good tip to have one place where you're working on your singular project. If you want me to tell you about this sketchbook, walk you through the techniques, and also show you another drawings that I did for the book, then let me know in the comments. I would be happy to do that. I think I will actually do it, but yeah, just to help me to grow with the channel, let me know in the comments if that's something that you would like to see with me, and what would you like to know about the process. That will be helpful to just let me know what would you like to hear from me. Okay, so that's the reason for the sketchbooks that I used, and why I took it. I also show you inside the paper, and I'll share with you my opinions about this specific sketchbook. And the last thing, and that I'm very curious about it, that's the thing that I wanted to buy, I don't know, like 2 or 3 years already. This is a pencil case. So it's huge. I wanted to take something that will contain as much pens as possible, so I searched something that could contain as maximum number of pencils. So I found this one that should have 300 pencils, should fit in, hopefully. So I wanted to see it with you, and I will explain you why I decided to take it. Okay, so let's get started. I think that we will start from testing the Derwent. I'm really curious, and for that I will use the smallest sketchbook because it is my generic sketchbook for traveling, and yeah, I will share with you some of the thoughts about it. So sketchbook is always the hot topic, I think. Nowadays there are loads of sketchbooks, and probably you can find a lot more of good sketchbooks right now out there, but it's still a little bit tricky because the good quality sketchbooks aren't so easy to find, and also usually they're very expensive. So if you're not making the sketchbooks by your own, which I always wanted to do, I want to learn how to make them, but I'm a bit too lazy and slow in my process. So usually I'm catching up with everything that I have to do. In the end, I always end up with sketchbooks that I'm buying, and yeah, so I'm searching always for the halfway, the gold center between quality and price, and I thought that that's the sketchbook that I find myself really well. I really enjoy it, and I think that's for now my number one. Not for the quality, but for the proportion, quality, price, and also a little bit of quality. So that's another topic I could talk about. Maybe I will do a separate video about the sketchbooks if you would like to share my opinions and experience. Let me know also if you would like to see it. Let me know in the comments also what kind of sketchbooks do you use. Okay, so let's talk about this one here. So that's Talens brand, and Art Creation is the name of this of the sketchbooks. There are different formats. Once I took the one that is like this one, but in horizontal format, just to let you know. Oh, it's actually a little bit bigger, which is cool, because the only thing that I don't like about this sketchbook is that it's not A5, because I usually work for the reasons to print. It's easier for me to work on the specific format, so I work on classical formats. It's usually A5, A18, all the A scale, so A3, A4, A5, and that's not A5. This one is 13 per 21 centimeters, so it's a little bit smaller, and that's a little bit shitty, sorry for the word. So I actually prefer this kind of format, but I found it that it's not so easy to work on the format that is horizontal. And even if I want to work on the vertical format, then I can just work like this. But still, sometimes it's good to have page here so you can work on the horizontal format. And here, if you want to work on the horizontal format, you have this kind of two spreads that are impossible. I mean, I think I didn't use it even once to work as a horizontal format. I always, in both spreads, I always work like, as you can see. So that's why I didn't take it, but the only good thing is that, yeah, exactly, this one, I think it's A5. Again, if you would like me to walk you through my sketchbooks, also let me know in the comments. I walk you through different drawings and techniques. I'm working with a lot of water media supplies, like watercolors, gouache, and so on. So I'm obviously searching for a paper that is heavier, and this one is 140 grams. That's halfway through a 300, which is more or less universal best solution for water media. Sometimes 200 is good as well, depends if you work with a lot of water or less. So it's not the perfect solution, because here when I use a lot of water, you can see that it's a little bit too light and the paper tends to be wavy. But in the end, when you can see it, oh, this is my mother's drawing, you can see that it's not perfectly plain. And what I mean by that is that there are sketchbooks with a better paper, for example this one, which is Pith, and the one that I showed you actually before with the project that I was working on, which has this paper really good. I think it's 200 or more even, I don't remember actually. So it really can take a lot of water in it without being wavy. And for example, this drawing, there's tons of water, tons of layers, so it actually is very good. But I think it's the only format you can have, so it's big. It's not available everywhere. I buy it every time that I'm in London, in England. You can order it actually from Pith. Lately, I'm just going with this one. I'm just working with this one. And the other thing that I'm not so super happy is the paper. The good thing about this paper that it takes a lot of water. But also, when I work with a lot of layers, the particles of paper are getting into the color. It's got ruined the surface of the paper. It's easy, but difficult for me to explain right now with my strange English. Anyway, I'm not so super happy about it. I mean, it's a good sketchbook, but I think in the end I prefer this one. It's lighter, but the paper, even if it bundles, the surface of the paper will remain intact. Oh, it was a little bit long. Sorry about that. Hopefully you are not annoyed, because now we're starting the Derwent testing. I'm super excited about this set. As I told you, I think I told you that. I'm not sure, because I did also previous video. This set is no longer available in the shops. I mean, when I went both in UK and Berlin, I couldn't find them. So I decided to take it online before it will disappear, because I'm not sure if it's a limited set. I thought that it's all Inktense. And what I mean by that is that it's sort of colors. If you're not sure, I invite you to see the other art haul that I did previously when I tested and explained it. And I had to read, because I was convinced that it's all Inktense. Instead, it's not. It's a mix of different paints. What I mean by that, they are not watercolors. Even if they work like watercolors, they work with water, but they are not classical watercolors. It's something similar. Derwent has different kinds of paints and pencils, and each of them works differently. I'll read you what's inside. So in these colors, they have 2 graphitint, 2 tinted charcoal, and 1 pastel color, because they also have pencils. Let me show you 3 pencils. Yeah, 1 colored pencil, which is Derwent Drawing Series. The color is terracotta. I will test it with you as well. Derwent Onyx. Honestly, I have no idea. I don't know this series, so I'm not sure. I don't know if it's charcoal maybe, or pastel. I will test it with you and we'll see it. And Derwent Graphic, and I think that's just a simple pencil, I guess, because it's 3B. Beneath those pan colors, there are 7 Inktense, 2 graphitint, 2 tinted charcoal, and 1 pastel color, resulting in a muted range of 12 pans. Yeah, so now it's clear, and then we have those ones. Okay, so here I am. The other thing that this set has is this brush. So I won't use it because I already tested this brushes also in the previous video. So that's a super handy thing when you're traveling. The only thing is that it won't fit. Not sure why. So I have the one from the previous set, and it already has water in it. You just have to fill it with water. And yeah, that's you're ready to go when you're traveling. I often swatch my colors in sketchbooks. I also have separate charts of colors. So not sure how to understand what type of color is it. Ah, yes, now I see. The name of the color, specific color, is underneath, but the type of the paint is above. Oh, so I already really love it. So two things we are testing right now, the color and the paper. So this one is Inktense Mars Orange, and the second one is Sanguine. Actually, it's totally different from the swatching. Here it seems like to be a ruby red. Instead, it's very orangey color, but still I love it. I mean, I'm not a big fan of orange, but when it's like this, then I love it. I think I will swatch them without talking, otherwise it will be too long, and I will speed up the process and then show with you, walk you through all the colors once it's finished. Okay, so here they are, all the colors. Here you can see that this paper is not super suitable for absorbing a lot of water. The good thing is that when I will close it, then it will get flat after a while. But yeah, that's maybe the other thing that is not super cool, but for me it's enough as a paper. As I told you, I prefer it for different reasons, and since it's for sketching and not for a super defined work that maybe I would sell, it works fine for me. So those are the colors. So there were some surprises here. For example, I expected something more like this. Yeah, you should never trust the charts that are there, but still they're more pink, and I think I love this palette where I love kind of dirty purples, and there was this color that I thought it would be more violet, but it wasn't. They are different. They're more like the chart that is represented on this packaging, but still I like it. I like overall all the set. Maybe they are too earthy and too monochrome, but still I love it. Still I love it. Maybe I would prefer this one, but it's okay. And here we have different tones of gray in the end. So again, the colors. I love this one. This is Graphitint Autumn Brown. So I love Graphitint set from Derwent. I have another set of only Graphitint pens, and I'm not sure if this color was included. I would like to have one day the pencils of Graphitint. I don't have them, but I think they're very lovely. It's like combination of graphite and pigment. So let's say that you are using graphite, a watercolor graphite that I explained in the videos of the previous art haul, so you can check it out. And let's say you could mix it with watercolor, then that would be more or less combination, I think. And the other ones that are curious are tinted charcoals. That's something new for me. It's different from graphite. It's charcoal, so when they're still dirty, there's still pigment of the charcoal, but it won't move, more or less. It remains there, and also it creates really lovely texture, as you can see. I think they don't have any binder. It's like having charcoal with water, basically. Maybe there is some binder, because otherwise it would be powder. But when I painted, I felt like I would just paint with charcoal and water. Actually, it's interesting, and it inspired me already to do some kind of, say you could do clouds or rocks or mountains with this texture. It's really lovely. Then there is Graphitint again with color graphite gray, and it's nice. I love grays, so it's really nice. All kinds of grays I love. There is this very lovely kind of warm gray, and I don't know this product. It's pastel shade. I have no idea what is it. I have no idea if there are pastels, pencil pastels, or it's like watercolor, not sure. I have only one pencil pastel from Derwent, and it's this one. I also tested it in the previous art haul, so I don't know if that's the watercolor version of it. Don't know, I will have to check it. What I know is that I really like this color, this warm gray, and they are not so often. I have a lot of gray pencils, but as watercolors and wash, there are not so many, so I like to have it in my set. I'm glad that I will have it. And white, I will have to test it over another color to see how it covers. And the black, which I already have in the previous pan set, what I will do with you is that I wanted to test the white over the other colors and see how it works, because if it's opaque, I don't think, not really. I thought it will be more like gouache and it will be opaque, but actually it's not. So I'm not sure about how to use it. It's a little bit disappointing. I thought it would be better. Probably it will be good to mix with other colors. I will do it now to create opaque, like gouache colors. Let's mix white with those colors, with other colors. So probably that's the reason of having it in the set, to create lighter tones. The reason they put white is to mix the colors of skin. So probably if you mix this, it already created really nice skin shade. And that's a cool thing. I can mix inside something that is more pinky. That's the problem. There is no pink color. The most pinky color is this one, autumn brown. This one here. So I will mix it in my skin color, and yeah, that's really nice color, but it's not so opaque. Since the white is not opaque, so mixing it in two colors, it's not very translucent. And the other thing I wanted to do with you is try to mix charcoals with other color and see what will happen. So the charcoal, for example, so I'm squeezing water into another color. That's the cool thing about this pen. And I took sepia. Let's take also this orange and see what will happen. So I guess I have to add more charcoal. So the thing about those colors, that they're very, very watery, so you have to use a lot of pigment and dense color in order to see something within this color, because otherwise it's very watery. So I'm not sure what will happen here. I'm just testing. I want to have this effect with other pigment. And I think, yeah, it creates really lovely textures. Have a look. It has those charcoaly pigment and particles. Created kind of granulating effect, which is really nice. And that's the other thing to explore for me. So okay, I think I will end up here for this video. I will just write what I did. So this is actually cool, and it reminds me of the graphite pens of the art graph. Something that I tested with you with the previous video. And it reminds me of it. That's something different, so I won't talk about it right now, because if you want to explore it, let me know also in the comments. Then I will consider to test also this one, which creates really lovely granulating textures, this supply that I'm talking about. Alrighty guys, so I think the video is already super long, but we still have those to test, and then I will skip into my pencil pens, which I'm very excited to do. So let's see. The first one that I already used to write is the pencil. I think it's just a simple pencil. Super nice, super soft, 3B. I really love the how it works. It's really, really soft. So in the future I will consider to buy Derwent graphic pencils, but I already have tons of pencils, so that will be really future. So this is graphic 3B. Then we have Derwent drawing. I already have a set. Oh shit, well, that's not super cool, because it seems, I mean, it's broken, probably when it was dispatched. it can happen, but it's not so nice when it happens the first moment you use a pencil that it breaks. But anyway, I love Derwent drawing set. It's a set of super soft and super opaque pencils. If you like to work with mixed media, these are really wonderful. The only thing that they have just a set of specific colors which are very earthy and not vibrant colors. So that's the only limitation. But if you like this kind of colors, they have also greens, grays. It's really lovely. But it's very limited. I don't know if they will create some extended palette for this set, but I really like it. Let me show you maybe over the color, how they cover. So the color is still wet, so it will affect a little bit, but it really covers the colors, wash, watercolors, so it works well with mixed media. And I think it is really a lovely addition to the set, which is... No, I thought it's more pink, but it's more like, it's still the family of those colors, but still very nice. So this is Derwent drawing terracotta color, and one is something new for me. It's Derwent Onyx. So let's see. Not sure if it's charcoal. I mean, no, it's not charcoal. Something in between. I would have to read about it. But it's super dark. You can smudge it a little bit, but still you can see that it's not like charcoal. The stroke remains. I'm not sure. Let's see if it works over more greasy surface. I think it is. It does. It works over the color. So when it's wet, no. Let's try on the drier surface. So it's strange because it seems like it's a hard graphite, but in the end it's quite dark. So it's not soft when you work with it. It's very hard and also shiny. Has this smooth impression when you work with it. Smooth and hard. I'm finishing here the testing of this set and the sketchbook. I hope you enjoyed it, and let's jump to the pencil case. As I already told you, I was aiming to buy it like already 2 or 3 years that I wanted to buy it, because I don't know how to work with my pencils. I have loads of pencils, and for all the years that I'm drawing, I have put them like this. I tried different solutions because I wanted to divide them into colors. So what I did, I have different kinds, different colors, and I'm just searching for a perfect solution. Here I have all Inktense, let's say, so I didn't divide them in the colors, but I wanted to have Inktense separately. I also have some Holbein here, so it's other different story, but usually what I do is that I divide them into colors. So here once I divided them into yellows. I had separate container for yellows, pinks, etc. But it was too space consuming. So right now I have just 2 sets of warm and cool colors, and then I have Inktense, which is different. And The other solution once was that I put them in this kind of container that I ordered, but it wasn't handle and good at all. It was too small, first of all, in the end. Also, it wasn't comfortable for me. In the end, I didn't work well with this solution, so something that I didn't use in the end. So I decided to take this case because I thought that in the end I'm more comfortable when I have all the colors together. It's not about comfortable, it's about that in the end I don't know what colors I have. They're all mixed together. There are a lot of beautiful colors, and when they're mixed together I lose them. I don't feel inspired. I don't know what kind of colors should I use. So I think that I'll try this solution, which means I think I will divide it into families. In the end, when I watch my pencils and I saw, for example, this is Faber-Castell Polychromos, and when I saw them, I thought it's a lovely palette, but when they're among the other pencils, I don't see it. So when I have this palette, I already feel inspired. I already feel that I want to draw something with this palette. So I will do that in this way. I will divide my pencils into families and I will put it in the case and see how it will work. So let's get started. I will start to speed up the process. I'm not super, right now, I won't super focused about how they should be divided. Maybe I will do it in the second moment because otherwise I won't finish it ever. Right now I will just divide it in a general way between warm and cool colors. As you can see, for example, I have two same colors. What can happen? That's normal, basically. Can happen that you can have double colors, but with this system hopefully it won't happen so often. Alright, so that's more or less that I want to do. I won't film it all, obviously it doesn't make any sense. I will do it with a spare time, maybe not all together today, I'll show you the result later on. Obviously, the other thing that I think it can be a little bit tricky is what will happen if I will have new colors. You know, first things first, let's do one step at a time. I will worry about it later on. Maybe I'll leave some spare space here for in the case there will be new colors. Otherwise, I will just have to move everything around. Not sure. I will figure it out in the process. Alright, so I finished putting my pencils into the case. It's really heavy. It's really very heavy. I'll show you inside in a minute. I still have some pencils that left behind. Not sure what I will do with them. I will order smaller case maybe, because also I have problem that it's really full, and if I will buy new colors then not sure when I will put them. But I thought by doing this work that I really have loads of them, and I think I really don't need new colors. But you know how it is, right? Probably it won't happen. So let me show you for now the solution for now. I don't know if it's good, if I will change it. I'm happy about it. I'm really happy about it because this way I see the pencils that I already have, and as I told you, I'm inspired by the colors right now because they are organized. So both I have organized by the brands and by the colors. So for example, here I didn't have enough space, so I put them, accumulated them, put more into one spot, but not sure what will happen if I will buy some new colors. I will worry about it afterwards. Here, for example, is not a perfect solution as well. I just sometimes I organize them randomly. For example, I put first all the water-soluble watercolor pencils. Inktense are all together, it's fine, and then I put Holbein, which aren't water-soluble, but I felt they're both very bold and intense as colors, so I wanted to have them together. And then I have Derwent, I don't remember the name, Light Fast, which are similar to Caran-d'Ache Luminance. They're not water soluble, they're dry color pencils. But since they're similar, then I wanted to have them together. I left some free spots here. And the last segment is with my dry pastels pencils, and still some spots left here. So I discovered I have loads of beautiful grays, and when they were mixed together with other blues and grays, I just couldn't see it. So the only issue is that the case is small. I mean, it fits, it will close, but it's a little bit annoying to have to struggle. If it would have like 1 centimeter more on the side, it would be easier to close it. So yeah, that's the solution for today for me and my pencils. I know I have too many things, too much stuff, too many colors. I feel it right now. Maybe it's useful also, this kind of work, for you to understand that maybe you really don't need new colors. The other thing is how I will travel. I mean, obviously I want to take all of it with me every time. It would be lovely. So maybe I think that I could buy a smaller case where I will put the colors that I use mostly, and then travel with it, because usually I also put the colors into all together. I have one bag where I put watercolors, colored pencils, brushes, and I put just all together in one case, in one bag when I travel. But maybe having a smaller one for colored pencil wouldn't be bad. Don't know. Anyway, that's all for now. Let me know what do you think about this solution, and how do you manage your color pencils? Do you have any other solutions? I would be really curious to hear about it, because, you know, I think the easier we make our lives and the better. Yeah, how you organize your art supplies. Let me know in the comments. So I hope that it was useful for you and somehow, or inspiring. I will see you in the other video. Bye bye!